So that, of course, is the big demand by the opposition, where they are saying that the interests of peace in Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe should resign. But will he or won't he? That, of course, is the big question. Where a day after the military took charge, uncertainty looms over Zimbabwe with the fate of the next government. The world and ordinary Zimbabweans wait for news on the next move by the military and long-serving leader Robert Mugabe, who is still under house arrest. Here's the latest on what is playing out in this African nation.
Military vehicles took position outside the parliament and soldiers were patrolling the streets of the Zimbabwean capital. The morning newspapers confirmed the news for ordinary citizens. The world's longest-serving leader, Robert Mugabe, had been deposed. There was an air of expectancy in Harare, yet people were returning to work.
Everything is normal, everywhere is normal, all the shops are open, people are back to work, they're at work, even yesterday. The situation is just normal.
The situation is quite okay. People, they are now returning to their jobs in a quiet way, in a good way.
The intervention by the Zimbabwe army is very good because we are looking forward for a new Zimbabwe, the better Zimbabwe.
Even as 93-year-old Mugabe remained under house arrest, there was no clarity on the fate of his wife, Grace. Hectic political meetings were underway, but it was not known what steps the military would take next. The United Nations, the European Union, and the African Union Commission called for calm.
The Secretary-General has been monitoring the evolving situation in Zimbabwe. He appeals for calm, non-violence, and restraint. Preservation of fundamental rights, including freedom of speech and assembly, is of vital importance. The Secretary-General stresses the importance of resolving political differences through peaceful means and dialogue and in line with the country's constitution.
Effectivement, cette question s'est développée alors que j'étais en voyage pour Washington. Nous avons suivi de très près l'évolution. Les militaires ont affirmé qu'il ne s'agit pas d'un coup d'État. Et vous savez, au niveau de l'Union africaine, nous sommes contre tout changement anticonstitutionnel.
African Union leaders held emergency talks in Botswana as they worked out the framework of transitional government. The big question remained, who will succeed Robert Mugabe? The toss-up as of now is between Mrs. Mugabe and her rival, former Vice President Emmerson Mnangagwa. The next step could well be President Mugabe's formal resignation. Bureau Report, WION.